Hi everyone, it's Dr. Brie from Goddess Emergence. We had some technical difficulties. Zoom would not connect into Facebook on a Friday night. Think about it. my guest is my goddess sister, Karinna Nielsen, and we're going to be talking about signature cell healing. Hi, Karinna.
Aloha, Brie. How are you? Thank you so much for this opportunity.
I know. I don't mean I know. I'm thinking of
let's get the technical
issues out of
our brain.
So, could you explain signature cell healing to us, please?
Well, I'm grateful to you because you just did another interview live with my mentor, Kahu Fred Sterling. So, signature cell healing is a Lemurian healing modality. And it balances the four bodies: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And it's an evolutionary healing modality. And it was created quite a while ago by Kahu Fred Sterling. And Kahu Fred is my mentor and took this healing modality through its various phases as he was doing workshops around the world. So now Kahu is wanting to step back a bit. And he's offered to me, and I'm very honored, the possibility of doing the signature cell healing workshops now. And before he handed that off to me, which I thought I would just go and do it, he really wanted to update everything. So we have updated the techniques and all the materials have been updated. There's a new book called you see it behind me here. It's on the website, signaturecellhealing.com. So a lot of the things have been updated, but signature cell healing is the healing for the great shift in consciousness. Kahu's guide, Master Guide Kirill, has said this many times, that Kahu brought forth signature cell healing for our great shift in consciousness. That means if we're doing signature cell healing, it's almost like a ticket into the next dimension. So that's my advertisement for signature cell healing is, please learn it and please do it, even if it's just doing the 5 breath self-healing meditation, which is you can learn about on the website. It's the ticket to the next dimension. So we want to be nurturing ourselves and healing our cellular consciousness and balancing on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. So I hope that answers.
No, that answers everything. I followed Kahu for a long time. You know that.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to put this paper up real quick. Go on the website.
Yes.
You can download this for $9.99 for 90 days and learn this technique of the self-healing meditation.
Okay, now that's the video.
Yes,
yes. Yeah, and people can also get the ebook. And there's a video which shows, thank you so much for mentioning that. Kahu, there's a video showing Kahu with the golden particles. I mean, it's really cool. It's like an animated video.
It's really cool.
And so you learn by doing it with Kahu, and it's something like we've never done anything like that before, and I think it's really cool. And then so you can do that, and you can also get the ebook, which if you're more into reading things and having it, a copy of that, you can. It's not very long. It's maybe 8 pages or something, but that's a really it's a lifesaver. As well. And Brie, you can give a testimonial, I think, to the 5 breath self-healing meditation, right? I mean, several of them. I think it's really helped me a lot.
Several.
But I
know, besides changing the oil of a car. So what happened with me in the beginning was I was working on a thyroid that does not work, and I started doing it. And then you know how you keep your the hand on the heart, your left hand on the heart, and your throat right here, right? And I would sit there and I'd breathe, and I'd breathe, and I'd breathe.
Wow.
I started losing some weight. And so my testimony on the page felt, the only way I could explain it is like, if you don't give your car oil, it's not going to work. You're going to blow the engine.
Right.
Thyroid's not working. It's going to blow the engine. You're going to gain some weight like I did.
And there's a lot of people, I know a lot of people that are having thyroid issues right now. And this is all an indication of the great shift in consciousness. So
Right.
we're all facing these issues that we really got to deal with. And when we have, it's a 4-body healing, right? So when the emotional body is pressing down, or it's rigid, or we're not dealing with the emotional issues in our lives, it starts to press down on the physical body. And so then we come up with these things like, anybody got like skin rashes or eczema or thing? I mean, I've had issues of rashes and things like that, and you know, all kinds of different lower chakra issues. These are all coming up for us. So it's really important, like Brie says, to breathe into it, and to get the light into the emotional body, so that we can enlighten that. And the testimonial that Brie's talking about is on the signaturecellhealing.com website, and it's right where you look for the meditation, right?
We're going to change that one day.
But I think it's great because she compares it to changing the oil in the car, which is really true, because this is daily maintenance that we do. So Kahu and Master Carol recommend doing the 5-way self-healing morning and at night at least. And then I'm telling you, if you're stuck in your car, or if something's going on, or even before you leave to drive someplace, I do a breath at each of the 5 hand placements just before I start the car to go. And it really helps because people are so stressed out right now. Yeah. So
and you know, and they are and stuff. And a lot of people are looking at this energy and they're wondering, how come people are acting like this, or how come people are acting like that? And I don't look at it as a third dimensional energy anymore. I look at it as in the 4th light.
Well, that's the best scenario, isn't it? Because we want to be in the 4th light, yet we still have these issues that I'm speaking generally, right? That we need to get through. We need to close out the blueprints that we came with and heal. That's what it's all about, is healing the self. So we say with level 1 signature cell healing, it's healing the self, aging the soul. So we are all with the signature cell healing ourselves first. Now, this really interesting. For many years, I was the international events coordinator for Kahu, and we went around the world, Kahu, Patty, and his wife Patty and I, and did these workshops. And I was managing the workshops, and he was, of course, facilitating them. So one thing that people always asked us was, can I do this on myself? And in those days, we didn't have techniques for the self. We were healing other people, right?
Really?
But now with these new techniques, the focus is on healing the self first, and then you start to heal other people. So I know a lot of people don't want to hear that because they think, well, yeah, shoot, I've been doing this for years. I'm already healed, you know? And I got that too. But I mean, I obviously, you know, we've got relationships, we've got, you know, physical things going on. I mean, there's still things that we can work on, right?
Yeah, because I'm going, wait a minute, I'm 60 now, and there's things happening with the body or different things, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's working for anti-aging.
Yes.
60, you're going to be 61. Oh, yeah, youth and vitality, big time. It works with.
Awakening the chromosomes of youth and vitality.
I know. Sometimes I'll just put my hands here, keep my hand on my heart, right, and go here and here in my eyes and my nose. It's like, it's working. It's working.
Oh, did I tell you? I'm 63 this year. See? How about that?
I'm telling you.
Well, I'm telling you, signature cell healing has been great for me personally. But what I want to say is, if you have family members that are getting older, I can tell you that as my parents got older, all of a sudden, you know, once they got into their 80s, they started having a lot of major issues, and it came on so rapidly. And I became not their caregiver, but I was the responsible sibling to take care of my parents. Right. And it was the greatest gift. And at first I thought, oh my God, I have to give up. I have to stop everything to do this because they need me. They need my help. And of course that brought up boundary issues, and I had to learn about, you know, what's good for me and how can I take care of them if I don't take care of myself. And so all those things. But if you've got a family member that's getting older, learn signature cell healing, because that is the thing that brought me so much closer to my mother and father. And you can read about that on my website and also on the Signature Cell Healing website. We had the most wonderful years together, their last 2 to 3 years, because we expanded our emotional bodies together. And so for me, many years along the line, when I first started with Kahu, maybe over 20 years ago, I wasn't, okay, I'll try and put this mildly, but I wasn't the nicest person in the world. I was a little too aggressive. You know, I had never known spirituality until I met Kahu, and it took me a while to catch on, okay?
I think we've all been there, honestly. Every single one of us.
It took me a while to figure out this heart thing and this emotional thing. But let me tell you, when your parents are, let me just say it, they're dying, you know,
Right,
you know, this is your last chance. And I connected with them on this most beautiful emotional level. And it was the great gift to me that they gave, was to awaken my emotional body. And now that comes through in all my relationships. I can feel that now. So my guidance to everybody listening is, don't avoid, if you can, don't avoid the things that you might be avoiding. You know, I wanted to avoid all of that. And I wanted to avoid some of the things that were going on with other relationships in my life. But that's what we came here to heal. We came here to heal these things. And signature cell healing helps us heal through our emotional issues, our physical problems, the mental stress, and also connects you into new levels of your own spirituality. So if you're like Dr. Brie and you're a healer for a long time, and you know intuitive healing modalities, try signature cell healing, because it combines really well with other modalities. And I can only recommend it for healing yourself, aging your soul, and then being in service to your family and Mother Earth. So we go through all those levels in signature cell healing.
I know with me, I'm very excited to take class and learn everything, you know.
It's going to be great.
But I've gone off of my memories from ancient Lemuria, right?
Yeah, it's so cool.
That's how I've learned it. But now I get to learn the way Kahu does it and what he's taught. And I'm so excited about that.
Yes.
Because it's like, okay, I finally get to learn this. And so coming to Tacoma, we are so grateful that you are coming here to teach us. Teresa and other people are waiting for you. It's like, okay, registration, open up, here we come.
Yes, and it's going to open really soon. We just have a little glitch in the registration, but it'll be live. You can go to signaturecellhealing.com and look at the top menu bar. It says workshops, and then go to US workshops. And right there is the page for the workshops in Tacoma, Washington. And I'm really honored to be going there. Brianne and Teresa are the best hosts, and we have the most beautiful venue, Intuitive Mind Center.
And
very nice.
One thing I want to bring up so we have Friday, we're learning the 5-breath meditation, right? Self-healing meditation. Let me say it correctly.
Right, and you learn a lot about the Lemurian numerology. You're going to learn all the basics, 10 principles of consciously creating. You'll learn about Kahu and his story and my story about signature cell healing, what things that the basics, right? So what we're all about. Everything about that,
and then we're going to learn on the second day everything. There's a lot here. I have a list.
We really start working. Through healing ourselves, and then beginning to healing others.
Right. Because the one thing I want to say real quick, Karinna, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but you have to learn to heal yourself before you heal others.
Yeah, and sometimes it runs a little concurrently. It runs along the same lines, but. And I think the focus of healing the self, and I talked to Master Kirill about this, or he's talked to me about this, is that it never ends. So our healing the self ends when we leave this plane. So if we're still here, we're still healing. And if if you've still got a physical body, you're still in the third dimension. And it's not to say that you can't go to the fourth dimension or to the fifth dimension in your meditations and come back and, create your life in those other realms. But we're still here now, and we have this journey that we set up to heal ourselves and to heal the planet. And I'm just really grateful to have the opportunity to be in Tacoma and to do these workshops. It's going to be so wonderful.
It's going to be wonderful. So the other thing is, go to Signature Cell International Healing and can you say that, give the web address?
SignatureCellHealing.com. Okay. Signature Cell, like CELL. Healing.com, and I guess we'll have a link when we have the video link too.
Right. So there'll be a link to it, and then in May, March, you'll be on here live, and we'll get further in depth with it.
Yeah, and I'd love to ask questions, especially like people. Kahu's done a lot of workshops over the years, right? And there might be graduates out there that have taken it before and are wondering, well, I already know this, and so why would I want to take it again? And I had that question asked to me from some, people before. And so I said, well, have you ever heard or did you learn the ear umbrella from Kahu?
Right,
or did you learn the vagus nerve technique? And none of them could say they had. So these are relatively new techniques that Kahu developed for this new signature cell healing, and they're a really important part of the level 1. And then when we get to the level 2, which you also want to take, which we're offering in Tacoma as well, level 1, and then the next weekend level 2, is you've got all kinds of great techniques of the Trinity points for headaches, Trinity points for the eyes, Trinity points for your sinuses. We've got the third eye laser beam infusion, releasing the free radicals. Now, this is my favorite technique to do in healings, because especially if somebody's been traveling or you've been, drinking water that's maybe not that pure, or breathing air. And who isn't breathing air that's not pure these days, right? So this is a way that you can get down into the cells themselves and release the free radicals. Now, a lot of people are talking about that. They're saying, take this medicine or drink this and you're going to release the free radicals, or eat this. Releasing the free radicals, I've done it on people, and they come up after the healing and they're so bright. They're so much more alert. It just opens all the chakras, and they're so present. So that one is one of my favorite techniques.
When you're saying that, it's not just the lower chakras, it's the upper chakras also, right?
The releasing the free radicals techniques goes from top to bottom.
Oh, wow, good.
It goes throughout the whole body. So you're going down into the depths of your cellular consciousness and releasing.
That's what I'm asking about. So,
and what it does also is it starts to activate your cellular consciousness. So this stuff like you're saying, Brie, that you remember your Lemurian lifetimes and all the different things that you came here to heal. This is for the healing. That starts to come up, and you got to drink enough water, and you got to make sure that you're doing the 5 breath self-healing meditation, because that you're going after your self-healing in earnest when you start doing that.
The one thing I have to let everyone know, and I've told Karinna and Kahu and Patty and Master Guy Curl, I've done just the one time, right, in the shower.
Oh, cool.
It activates so much through the whole body. Even
so, that's great.
One time here, lock it into the heart, the eyes, and through the vagus nerve and the hippocampus and everything. And then coming down into the heart, and, above, our, the solar plexus, and then the same, right? And it's like, all of that. But when I'm in the shower, just do it the one time, it activates everything in me. It's like, bam.
Yeah, it's powerful. It's a powerful technique.
So, I mean, I recommend it. I mean, you know, you're not going to fall in the shower doing it.
Yeah, and the thing is, you really get to be um, you get to be well acquainted with that in the level 1 workshop, and how to
Mhm.
use it on yourself and how to do it on other people
Right,
too,
right.
which is really it's the new opening sequence. So that is, you know, preceding what we've known as the opening sequence before, and then there are these other techniques that become part of it. So essentially, with the level 1, you learn everything you need to do a simple healing on someone by the time you're finished.
Oh,
You can do
wow.
it on yourself and you do it on someone else. So
Mhm.
you're actually healing the self, aging your soul, and you begin to learn how to heal other people in that first level 1. Then when you get to the level 2, you're starting to focus on the techniques, the advanced techniques that you need to help people with cancer journeys, or maybe they've got thyroid issues,
Mhm.
or they've got skin issues, something going on with their skin. Or I've got a client right now that fractured her shoulder, and she decided not to get an operation. That was really brave, I'm telling you. And she's in intense pain, and she has this fracture in her shoulder. So we're healing it with signature cell healing, and
Good,
we're
good.
using the stem cell technique,
Uh-huh.
which we preview in level 2. It's actually a level 3 technique, but at the end of the level 2 workshop, we're going to show everybody the basics of stem cell healing. So, I mean, that's a special one from Kahu. I mean, he's the master of stem cell healing. He always has been.
Well, I can give testimonies on the migraines. You know that. And
Yes.
it's taken away my migraines, no more headaches, nothing.
Wow, that's amazing.
One
That's
even
great.
starts, I do it when I'm supposed
Hmm. Hmm.
to.
Well, I'm
And
telling you,
both
those
ways.
techniques are just, and they're not difficult techniques. I want people to
No.
know that, you know, it's not something like, oh, well, you know, you might be listening and thinking, okay, do I have to know anything about energetic healing? Or no, you don't. And that's what's so great about the level 1. You can be at ground zero. I hate to say ground zero. No, you can be at level, at the basic level, you know, because, for example, when I started with Kahu, when I found Kahu in the late 90s, um, I didn't know anything about healing, okay? I grew up in a Methodist family, and I had been living in Europe for a number of years, and I came back with my husband, and a friend said to me, would you like to go see a medium? And I didn't know what a medium was. And I said, well, I don't know what that is, but you know, it was an old friend and we used to have fun together. I said, let's go. So we went to see Cajo Fred Sterling bring Master Guide Kirill through as the medium. And this is in the late 90s. And I know, I loved it. I loved it. And my friend never went back. She freaked out.
Oh my
So
gosh.
not to say it's anything freaky, but she was just there to take me to Kahu, obviously, and Master Kirill.
Right, right.
And then I never looked back. You know, I went to a signature cell healing workshop in the late 90s, and Kahu said to me, you're a healer. And I thought, oh, I don't know about that, but if you say so. And so over the years, I ended up very soon becoming an editor for him, and I took over his publishing company with 2 other ladies. And then I became the international events coordinator. And all through that time, I was getting signature cell healings on a weekly basis because I had so much catching up to do. So my point in telling you all of this is, if you are a newbie and you don't know anything about energetic healing, I'm with you. I've been there. So my workshops are geared to beginners. You know, I love beginners because I know where you are, and I've been there. So please don't be afraid that we'll go over your head or something like that. Master Guide Kirill and Kahu and Patty Athena, Kahu's wife, have always taught me to be very grounded.
Right.
And so the workshops are grounded in love, and they are geared to you as the learner. So when we have a signature cell healing workshop, we create a collective consciousness of love and healing. And it's almost like being in a bubble of love for 3 days.
Good.
We're in there, and Brie's going to be in there with us, and Teresa, and we're going to have all these wonderful healers and people from Tacoma in there. And we're going to create this nurturing space of love for all of us to learn and to heal. And it's a healing experience, just the workshop itself. So I hope you can join us, because it's your next step into what you want to open up for yourself in this lifetime. This is your next step.
Thank you, Karinna.
Yeah.
I want to add one thing. As you were talking, it's not just for the newbies. It's for people like me and others that have been healing for years. It's a new technique that has come to creation. I'll say it. And, you know, I'm taking it because I want to take it. You know, something I don't know. It's not the ancient Lemurian healing that I've done for years. And other people that do a lot of energy work, this is something that I think everybody should take. I've seen the change even in my home.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Family. So, you know, thank you for joining me. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
We'll go on live, but you know, Karinna will join us in May again, and we're going to be able to go live hopefully then and not have any problems. We'll set a different time. We'll figure this out.
Yeah. Well, let me just, before we tune off, let me just say that you have a really good point about that. And I don't want to scare people off that have taken other healing modalities before, because what you can do is, what you'll find is an evolutionary healing modality, Lemurian healing modality from Cahill Fred Sterling and Master Guide Carol, that you can use with if you're a massage therapist, or if you're a Reiki healer. You're going to find techniques in this healing modality that you can use with your regular healing, the one you've been using. If you don't feel so excited about signature cell healing that you give it all up and just do signature cell healing, you can integrate it into whatever you're doing. So I invite even experienced healers like Brianne and Teresa to come into the workshop and see what Kahu and Master Guide Carol have put together over the years. I'm really grateful to have that opportunity to show you that.
Well, thank you, Karinna, for being here today. And this is going to be remarkable. So registration will be available soon. And I will see you guys all very soon with Karinna again. God's blessing and have a great day.
Thanks.